Hi, welcome to Happy Painting. Nice to see you back again. We have a special project today. Squirt, you going to be good? We hope Squirt's going to be good today. We're going to have a workshop today. We're going to have a workshop on trees. Everyone always wants to know, oh, how do I paint all these trees? Well, let's just paint every tree I know. So here we go, just for fun. Let's just start far away. Suppose there was some far away. Squirt, you're in trouble already, right? Hey, in trouble already? Oh, he likes to eat the canvas. What a guy. I have my big, large fan brush, made a little lavender, and I'm throwing in what I would call no-see-ums. You know, they're far away. Pine trees, they're so far away you can't hardly see them. Okay. Threw a little blue on the canvas ahead of time just so it'll come out looking kind of nice, maybe. Excuse me, Squirt. I really don't want you eating the canvas. Now that I've thrown in my no-see-ums, I'm just going to tap out their bottoms. Nice, nice. Little runaway hair. You get runaway hairs. You know when you get runaway hairs? When you use a new brush. Sometimes the old brushes are the best brushes. Let's see. I'm tapping out the bottom. These are faraway trees. Put them on. Tap out their bottom. Don't get too fussy. They're only the faraway things. Right, Squirt? Is that okay with you? Okay. We've been having a lot of fun in the studios working on trees. Everybody loves them. Not really. The next thing I'm going to do is maybe put a little trees now they're a little closer. You know, everything far away is very light and everything up close gets a little darker. So I made my mix just a little darker, and suppose I tapped in little shapes of some little closer trees. Squirt, you're being bad already. We just got started. Oh, you want a cookie? I don't have a cookie. I have a peanut. You want a peanut? Huh? You thinking of peanuts? Would that keep you out of trouble if I gave you a peanut? Would that keep you out of trouble? We're always hoping. Let's see. A peanut to keep Squirt out of trouble. Here you go. Okay, remember, you said you'd stay out of trouble. Okay, those are our little faraway trees. I put in the little shape of trees. Let me tap out their bottoms. Oh, that could go right across there. Oh, I'm really going to tap out these bottoms. Oh, let me go for this little guy right there. And let me go for this little guy right there. And this is the faraway stuff. Okay, you can have fun with the faraway stuff. You don't even have to work too hard. I keep pulling up stray hairs. Okay. Oh, see, there's another one. Got that. Little faraway trees. Now those little faraway trees, gee, we might be able to put some twigs in there. You got to keep the faraway trees light too. The trees are light, the twigs are light. I have my liner brush. I'm going to thin out. This is the lavender color of the trees. And I thinned it out a little, and maybe I'll put some little branches in there, in the faraway trees. Well, Squirt's making a wicked mess. Huh, Squirt? Oh, yes. We always get carried away on twigs, too. No one knows when to stop. Most of all me. I never know when to stop. But I rely on my students to tell me when to stop. Oh, we'll put a couple of little twiggy things in there. Well, these are trees, and they have insides. They sort of have an inside. Is that okay? What's your Squirt? You're all done with that peanut? And you threw it on the floor? Wow. I can't help you there. Yeah, there's nothing nicer than a good liner brush. Just make sure you thin out your paint before you try to use it. The paint needs to be thin, almost like water. And then your liner brush will work wonderfully. I start at the bottom and I shake as I go up and put those little guys in. I go through more liner brushes than any other brush because I keep wanting to make sure I have a good one. Don't ever try to work with bad brush. You might as well just give up. Go out and buy some good ones. I might tap in a little more, like there's a little more foliage inside that tree now that I have twigs on it. Might be a little more here. This is just to give it a little interest. You know, I tapped it out once, so I'll tap a little more on. And let's see. In there, maybe in there. Never see that again. Uh-oh, don't tell me Squirt's leaving. That's when he really gets in trouble. Hey, you really going to get in trouble now? Oh, now I'm afraid. Okay, so I'm like done with those guys. Those are far away guys. Let me move a little closer. You know what would be fun to do? Let's put in a few little faraway pine trees. Not the no-see-ums, but the ones we can see. These are the see-ums. Maybe we'll put one right here. I use my small fan brush, hit the canvas with one hit, start tapping all the way down the tree, and gee, it'd be nice if this paint was just a little speck darker, because then we really see the tree. And then there's two ways to get darker. You can either use more paint on your brush, or you can make your paint darker. And this I just picked up a little more paint, and I got that darker. So this is my same tree color I used before, except it's just a speck darker. I give the top of the tree a little hit. I come down the tree. I make the whole tree with the corner of the fan brush, and hope that your bird doesn't bite your brush. You're not going to bite that brush, are you? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, there's a couple of little pine trees. I might, since they're far away pine trees, you know, sometimes I pat out their bottoms a little. You know, they're far away. I you know, just pat them out. In fact, you could just pat some of that paint out and you'd have your head start on. Oh, let's get a little paint, put it right there. You have a head start on kind of where the ground's going to be. Maybe. Ooh. Well, they went well. You know, there's no reason, even though they're far away ones, that we can't highlight them just a little tiny bit. And I would mix a highlight color, which in this case is going to be kind of on the pink side. I put a little liquid white in it to thin it. When I highlight trees, I always like to thin my paint a little bit. Now the paint's going to pop right off your brush and stick where you put it. It's sort of a hit and run. You know, stroking doesn't work, but hit and run works. So I'm always on a hit and run. Oh, Squirt, I got something for you. Keep you busy. I had plans. I know he gets bad. I bought your very own brush. You want your very own brush? That'll last for a minute. Okay. You know, now we have room, now that we did all that, to come in with a little darker, and put in a twig tree. That's one of our favorite trees. I've got my liner brush. I be over here. I head up. Got to get brave. Thin out the paint. Have a good brush. You be all set. I shake. Shaking's good. You see, shaking's good. And you got to reload the brush with every little big twig. We'll put a few doofers on there. A few doofers. And these little branches, you know, sometimes can cross each other. Let's do that. Ooh, that was scary, wasn't it? Let's come out of here. Whoops. Don't get in trouble now. Oh, gotta have paint on the brush. Nothing happens. Okay, maybe a couple more coming out from the bottom. Oh, so it doesn't look so lonely down there. And yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good, happy little twig tree. Then there's the tapping out, which is planting. You know, if we tap out as we go, we tap out the ground a little, plant your tree. You won't have to come back later and suffer over all that. It'll be like a done thing. So let's do that. We got enough over here. Oh, you're enjoying that, Squirt, right? Oh, that's what we'll have to do. Give Squirt his own brush every time we paint. Let's come over here and let's work on a bigger tree. I can be brave. I'll just wipe out my fan brush. Go for some Van Dyke Brown. Van Dyke Brown. And let's drop in a great big trunk. Oh, even an off the page trunk. I just push a little harder as I come down. The tree starts out small. There's another little one. Push a little harder, tree gets bigger. Gee, we're all done. We could leave those, but we won't. You want to put a little highlight on them? Let's just pick up a little. I've got white, Van Dyke brown, and a little sienna. I got it on my knife. Run my knife across the paint. Get a little ribbon of paint on the knife. And just tap a little highlight on the side of the tree. Give it a little interest. You know, it doesn't have to be all the way up and down the tree. A couple of spots will do. Perfect doesn't count. Because that's what I say to myself when things are really going wrong. But that works. Now, if I thin out some Van Dyke brown, lots of thinner, and I got this brush that's working well. I'm thinking these trees are like big old pinies, and they have downy twigs. So, kind of like you see up in Maine. Big old snarly, shake a little, downy twigs. Some could come right from the top. Oh, that takes care of that brush. Squirt just dropped it on the floor. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do for you now. We just ran out of amusements for Squirt. Let's put another one right there. And let's put another one right here. Oh, right there goes another one. Just jumped in all by itself. Let's see. Okay, stop that. Now that we got the tree on and we got the twigs on, we might want to put some greenery on that tree. I'm looking for a small fan brush. I could do it with a small fan brush. I've got some dark stuff. You know, when I'm looking for dark stuff tree, I just use everything dark I got in my palette. So I got some black and some brown and some blue and some green in here. And it's truly dark stuff. A little runaway here. Get rid of that. If it's a downy, I'm thinking the foliage might be downy foliage, right? So you just push down on the brush with the corner. You do have to shape it. It's not going to do itself. Not going to shape itself. You have to do it. So you got to decide. I'm thinking I'd like to see through this tree in a couple of places. So I'm trying to be choosy. A little bit right there. You know, scraggly tree, not much to it. Ooh, that worked. I love things when they work. Oh, highlight. How are we going to do that? Let's get a little light green. Put a little liquid white in it to thin it. Or you could thin it with a little speck of thinner if you want. But look out. You don't want it too thin. But you give these little guys that little extra hit of light. That's always nice. That's always nice. Okay. So if we got that far, we probably should tap in the bottoms, right? Don't want to come back and do that later. Ooh. Gee, it wouldn't hurt at all if there was a little green down there now. Might as well put it there. Might as well put it there, and then it's there, and there's a tree right there. That's looking good. A good trick with trees, as you go, you give them a few little dead little twiggy things popping up here and there. You know? Wherever there's a tree, there's a few little things. So that works. Let's go to the other side. Let's try for a big kind of like, I don't know, elm. How about a big old elm? I think I'm going to use my filbert brush for this guy. And I'm going to pick up Van Dyke brown. And I got to make some big decisions. It's got to live over here. Oh, it's got to live over where Squirt lives. Oh, now I'm the amusement, right? I'm thinking Nolly, so I'm trying to come down. And this is the big old tree. Take the hunks off your brushes. We don't want hunks. I got a little thinner on this brown so it'll come off the brush. And I'm just grazing the canvas and start to put that guy in there. Oh, a big old trunk starts up there, I guess. Comes all the way down to here. Has little feet. Trees have little feet. This is the little foot. And a little foot this way. A little foot that way. Oh, a little more paint would be nice. Okay. So this is just an idea of some of the different trees that we put in paintings. Not that we all put them all in every painting. Okay. I'll get a little more. Let's get a little more stuff off this brush. Okay, that's a good start. Now let me come up here and see, do I want any? Yeah, I guess we're going to have a few little more branches. So we could give ourselves a start on those. Right, Squirt? That okay with you? A little gnarly branch over there. And maybe a little, oh, we don't know. Oh, look out for your bird. Hey, your bird will get you. Okay. Maybe this guy could be even bigger. Bigger gnarly branch thingy. Oh, maybe now the trunk's got to be bigger. However big your tree is, it should be bigger at the bottom than the top. So, there we go. It's bigger now. Okay, and I guess it's going up to there. I guess it's going up to there. Wherever it wants to be. Let's put a little highlight on that tree. We don't have to use light brown. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, we could come in with a little alizarin crimson and yellow ochre and hit it with a little red. Suppose you had a sunset going and you want a little red on the side of the tree. So I just touch the side of the tree where I want the highlight, scrape it in a little. Whatever happens, happens. Whoops, gotta do it that way, Squirt. That okay with you? You're not getting my knife, Squirt, so don't even eye the knife. You're not getting it. Some twigs. I'm going to add some more branches to this tree before I get my greenery on it. Just thin down my brown and finish these guys off. That would be good. And maybe give this guy another little sister there. That would be good. You know, a lot of these branches we cover up, so I don't get too fussy at this stage. I just throw them in. Because it's always dangerous over here when Squirt's watching things. Yes. Yes. So you could write to me and I will give you written instructions of what I've done with this painting so that you could practice. Send you a picture and some instructions, and you could practice your trees and you can practice your twigs too. If you really want to make good twigs, you need to practice them a little. You know, the more you do them, the better they get. Okay, just get myself out of there before I... Oh, stop. Okay. So this is number 99. You just have to ask for number 99 and I'll mail you the instructions. That's free. And you look up my webpage and you'll see lots of information on there too. Now I'm thinking about tapping in. That tree's got to have greenery on it now. We can't leave it all bare like that. So, let me load this little oval brush in the dark stuff. Give it some taps. Tap, tap, tap. And let's decide that this tree probably is way up there and probably is way here. You have to make decisions. Probably is here for sure. See, so there goes those little branches we all worried about anyway. Probably there. Well, certainly there. I want to leave a little space in the middle, so I'm picking and choosing. Now, I can always fill it in, but once it's on there, we can't take it out. So let me pick and choose now. Oh, let's see. Might put it there. Might. Oh, I don't know. I think that's it. That might be it. Leave a hole. I like a hole. Leave a hole. Oh, maybe there's a little something sticking down here. You know? You know how trees are. Well, now we need highlight on top of there. I'll go for another oval brush. Let's see. Decide what would look good. Somewhere between yellow, ochre, and white, and a light green. Back to yellow, ochre, and white. I do have a little liquid white in it. I load the brush. I tap a little. Gee, I hope this isn't going to look too yellow. Maybe I got to put a little more green in it. Okay, that's good. And we need to highlight I'm going for the tops of the clumps. I'll decide where a clump is a clump, and I'll go for the top of the clump. Oh, that all right with you, Squirt? And I'll go for the top of that clump. And this one, 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 and this one. So this tree is dark green and light green, but you can make trees with rusts and browns, and you'll look like fall, and everyone will love it. Okay, now the trick with highlighting is to stop before you do it too much. And of course, that never works with me. But, and, a couple more little tweaks at the bottom like I like to do. And then there's the tap out its little feet so it looks planted. Ah, Squirt, you were a big help on this one.
You want a cookie?
Oh, now you want a cookie. I only have peanuts. What can I tell you? You want another peanut? No, you're not getting another peanut right now. I'm saving them. I'm saving those peanuts. I'll get that little hunk of paint worked into that tree right there. There, that's good. So, we have time to do more damage. Let's make another big pine tree. Suppose I had my big fan brush and I went into the dark tree stuff. This is a oldie but goodie. Hit the canvas once, turn the brush horizontal to the canvas, just touch the canvas with the corner of the brush and head down. Now I hit in the middle, to the right a little, in the middle to the left a little. Now when I'm making a pine tree, I'm thinking about making a skinny pine tree, because these pine trees grow all by themselves. You don't have to worry about the tree growing. I'm just hitting the middle, to the left, to the middle, to the middle, to the right. I'm just going down here and I'm shaping it. It's not shaping itself. When I get down to the bottom, I'm not only hitting the canvas, I'm pushing up a little with the brush. And I get that to work. Now if I want it a little bigger, I can go back. See? Go back, I can go back, I can go back, I can go back. I can make it bigger. But that's about as big as I want this tree to be. In fact, this tree got big, see? All by itself. It's always nice to tap out the bottom, make the tree look like it really lives on the ground. Really lives on the ground. And then highlighting it. Highlighting it's the fun part. I'll go for another fan. Let's go for some of this light yellow ochre and white. Let's try that. And I would hit the tree with the highlight all down one side. Every once in a while I'll come into the tree. And I remember to tell myself, just don't overdo that highlight. Don't overdo it. Hit and run, don't overdo it. Let's get out of there. Now I have in mind to do one more big twiggy tree. So let's thin down this Van Dyke Brown. I'm going to use it. Fan brush is working good. Let's put it right here. Oh, look at that big clump on the canvas. Oh, I have to get after that. You can't be there. Okay, you're going. This tree's up front, so it's going to be a little bigger, So I'm making the trunk a little bigger and giving it some little doofer twigs as I go. Look at that chunk came back with me again. Oh, I got it this time. Okay. So almost every landscape we do has trees in it of one kind or another, or sometimes several kinds. But once you know how to do a few basic trees, you can just do your own. Mostly I make them, when I'm doing a landscape, I just make them up. But if you were looking at a picture, maybe you would want your trees to look like that. But I'm a great making them up thing. A few more twigs. Okay, there's a pretty substantial twiggy tree right there. Now when you have a twiggy tree up front, up front and personal like that, Sometimes it's nice to highlight it. Okay, this is the part where you become a crazy person. But I would run a little light brown up the side of some of the twigs. Okay, I can hear everybody right now moaning and groaning. Oh, you gotta be nuts. But that adds a nice little dimension. Because you could make your twigs a little bit fatter and then it wouldn't be so hard to do that. Right, Squirt? Ooh, put it right up that one. Ooh, put it right up that one. Okay. Okay, somebody stop me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Well, he's an interesting fellow. Don't forget what we got to do. Always tap out their bottom. So he looks like he's really growing there. Let me try one more quickie baby pine tree. How fast can we make one? We can make one more right here. Only this time, let's push down on the brush. Down. We'll call this a downy. See, down, 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 down. I need more paint. Down, 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 down. Instead of pushing up, you push down, 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 down. Give him a little bit of highlight. Down, down, down. Tap out his bottom. Boy, that looks good. So what we got is we got a canvas full of trees. You can do it. I know you can do it. I want you to have fun. I want you to start painting. Write to me. I'll answer your questions and I'll help you out. And have fun now. Happy painting. Bye-bye now.